Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh. And first, I want to talk about the Yinzer event that we had at the library a few weeks back. It was sponsored by the Friends of the Bethel Park Public Library. So we had about 90 people that showed up.
That's a great turnout. I was sorry to miss it.
It was a great turnout. So it was on Friday the 13th. And we had some great food from Sidwest Comfort Catering. We had a cookie table that was all, cookies that, I know my mom made cookies. And fabulous raffle baskets. There were 33 raffle baskets.
That's wonderful.
So your chances of winning were quite good. It was a great event, and we will be doing it again next year. So thank you to the Friends of the Library and to the sponsors of that event, which were Brentwood Bank, EV Hardware, Peak Energy, OK Grocery, Tucker Ahrensberg, and Stratus Wealth Partners. So thank you for supporting the Friends event. It went really well. I'm very pleased. But during the event, I was mingling and talking to people, and one of the attendees was expressing her frustration. She listens to audiobooks, and she was expressing her frustration in Libby and having to place holds and wait. So I was like, well, wait, we have Hoopla. So if she didn't know about it as a friend, I wanted to make sure that our viewers knew about Hoopla. So check this out.
Hoopla is a digital media service that offers tons of titles, which include movies, television shows, music, audiobooks, ebooks, and comics. Instead of having holds and wait periods, you can borrow titles anytime you want, all free with your library card. You can borrow up to 10 items per month. Ebooks, audiobooks, and comics can be borrowed for 3 weeks, movies and TV shows for 3 days, and music for 7 days. At home or on the go, any title you borrow can be viewed across any device you're signed into. So take a look at Hoopla and start enjoying your library's digital collection today.
So if you too are tired of waiting for holds, there is another option for you in Hoopla. The ebook collection is definitely not as large.
Not as robust, but there's still
Libby.
There's a lot of
titles
content
there. Yeah. So coming up for adults, we have job interview preparation, which is a new class that we are offering on Wednesdays. There'll be two sessions. It's 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., and it's one-on-one. So if you're stepping into the workforce for the first time or returning after a number of years, you might want to look into this. You'll definitely have to interview for a position. So you'll work with a librarian that can help uncover your skills, present those skills in an effective manner, and respond with confidence to an interviewer's questions. So you'll spend up to an hour one-on-one with a librarian that will help you get ready and discuss the potential employer's needs, how you can meet them, and then, of course, conduct a mock interview. And mock interviewing, I think, is really great, especially if you've never interviewed or haven't for a long time.
I don't care how old you are, right? Like, I think no matter what, you always get those jitters before you go into an interview. And, you do want to answer those questions confidently and present yourself
professionally.
In a confident manner.
Yeah, I did that 16 years ago when I was preparing to interview for this job. I did that, yeah. I think.
Who did the mock interview with you?
My friend Sally, that I used to work with. So we ask that you please come prepared with a current resume and maybe a job posting you're looking for or several job postings that interest you, and will help you boost your confidence and gain some self-assurance. So we ask that you register. So it's Wednesdays. You can have a 1 o'clock session or a 2 o'clock session. Dungeons and Dragons for adults. We host on the first and third Sundays of the month from noon to 4 p.m. This is for adult players. The Youth Services does do Dungeons and Dragons as well. So it's for new or experienced players. So you may have seen, I always go back to Big Bang Theory because they play Dungeons and Dragons. So it's the world's most popular tabletop role-playing game. It's a cooperative storytelling game, which I think is why I like it so much. So you and other players take on the roles of different characters within a story. And as you play, your character will make friends and enemies, fight monsters, discover loot, and complete quests. So I don't play.
I was gonna say you're familiar with the game, but
I
you
am
don't play,
familiar.
right?
I don't play, but I think it's something
There are
that
other
I would really
RPGs
love.
out there. So when I attended conference, I went to a session that was all about role-playing games because I don't even want to say I host Dungeons and Dragons. I don't play and I don't DM for them, but I wanted to learn more about it. And there's so many other RPGs out there.
Role-playing games.
Role-playing games,
Yeah.
RPG, and one was called Honey Heist. So I'm thinking about maybe
Oh, okay.
getting that together and maybe offering it for the spring. And I think it could work for adults or teens. But I agree. I love games too, and I love role playing. So even though I never got into Dungeons and Dragons, I do. I enjoy the idea of that, and I think. Clearly, it is a lot of fun. I know
was
that
just
group
saying.
is growing, and
Yes.
our teen group keeps growing. So, definitely a fun thing.
And we have upcoming a 3D printing class for adults on Tuesday, November 7th at 12:30 p.m. This class will introduce you to the skills you need to make your own 3D printed designs using Tinkercad, which is a browser-based like 3D modeling program that anyone can learn. It's pretty easy. If you can't make that date, you can call the library and schedule even a one-on-one or look for when they'll do it next. We ask that you register because we can only take 5 people so that you can see what the 3D printer is doing. Now, we have many, many book clubs and like other clubs, Scrabble Club, Button Club, Knitting, the Knitting Group, that meet monthly, and you can check our online calendar or call the library. We have some exciting things coming that are starting this month. One that I'm really looking forward to is the construction on our adult program room.
Yes.
So
I
if
knew
you-
this was set to start soon,
Yes.
and projected to be done by the end of the year. I think.
Projected to be done by the end of the year.
exciting.
So if you've been to the library recently, you've seen upstairs, like near reference, we have taken out a couple rows of books, what we call stacks, in preparation for our program room. We just have so much going on that the program room is constantly in use.
Yes.
And we were having a harder and harder time securing council chambers. So we decided as a strategic initiative that we were going to create another program room, mostly for adults, but it's for any age group. And that's where we will host our library classes, programs, and events. So that will be starting. Next month, I'm sure we'll have some photos to share, or come on in and check out. So during construction, be a little tolerant of some noise and some dirt.
I was just going to ask, are they going to start like early, or will they be working throughout the day?
They will be working throughout the day, but they will start at 7. I'll be here, and it will be plasticed off, but tools make noise, and progress can be noisy. And our lockers are becoming very popular.
Yes, they are.
I just checked statistics since we've had them like mid-June. We're up to about 500 items a month are being picked up through the patron pickup lockers that are located outside. So they're getting very popular. But for those of you who are not sure how to use them, I have a little tutorial for you. So check this out.
So, if you want to pick up a book from our pickup lockers, this is what you need to do. You want to start at our homepage, which is bethelparklibrary.org. When you get there, you're going to click on Catalog and then Catalog again. So this is the new catalog interface. And let's say I want to read Gone with the Wind. So I type that into our search box and click Enter. And up comes Gone with the Wind. I want the book, so I'm going to click on the book and click Place Hold. Now you'll see that there is a copy available at Bethel Park Library, but if you want to pick it up at the pickup lockers, you want to click on the drop-down menu, and it is alphabetical, and scroll down until you see Bethel Park Pickup Lockers. You need to choose that as your location. So now we are set to pick it up at Bethel Park Pickup Lockers. Then I will go ahead and place my hold, and it will say hold requested on Gone with the Wind. So that's what you need to do from this side. And then it will take a little bit of time for it to process and for us to pull the item. and then it will be assigned to a locker.
Okay, so as you can see, our lockers are at the top of the ramp above our courtyard. And we have 33 lockers available. They're becoming very popular already. So when you're ready to check out, just bring your library card and come up to the locker. So you want to scan your library card, and you'll see it's scanned for me. There's a little green light. You want to make sure it goes all the way over your library card. And then it'll come up on the screen showing that I have something in the locker. So you'll see what's in the locker for you, and you want to click on it to select. And once you do that, you'll do check out selected. So then your locker pops open, and there you'll see the materials that you have requested. Here's my Gone with the Wind. I'm ready to check it out. Shut the locker, and you're on your way. Have you used the self-check?
Oh, the self-checkout. I thought you were going to ask me about the lockers.
Self-check, have you used
So I
that?
actually haven't used either, but I think they're both such great, new, convenient
Yeah. It's
additions that we've made lately. And
another way to reduce barriers to service so that you can come anytime at your convenience. But in looking
Yes.
at the data, like we have a lot in the morning, like before we open, but the busiest time is the 4 o'clock hour. So I'm thinking, kids coming home from school or people coming home from work, just real quick.
yeah, just
zip
zip in to get their books, don't have time to really come in, right?
Right.
Because they have homework and have to get dinner started and whatever else. So
So
I guess that makes sense. I thought more people would be using it like after 8 o'clock, right? They couldn't get here before we close, so they're picking it up at
Yes.
8:30, 9 o'clock.
very, very few. Last month, there were only 19 people that came after the library closed, and it was all in
interesting.
the 9 o'clock hour. So no, like late nights, like I was thinking maybe people would
Yeah.
use. So we're happy. We're happy everyone's using them. We're glad to provide the
Indeed.
service. So that's what's going on for adults. What do you got?
Okay, what do I have? For our little ones coming up on Tuesday, November 7th, we have Tape Town, where we're going to kind of transform the program room into a little mini town for kids to kind of cruise around with the cars and the trucks. It's a whole lot of fun. We've done it in the past. It's for little ones, so ages 2 through 6 with a caregiver, and we do ask that you register for that. And it's a drop-in, so we'll have it set up at 10, but you can come at 10:30, 11 o'clock. We'll keep it set up until noon. So that's for our little ones. And then elementary age kids, grades kindergarten through 6th. We have some things for you as well. Donut Stuffies on Monday, November 13th at 6:30 p.m. I know a lot of kids, who love to craft and to create, right? And we offer a lot of different classes. Open Art Studio is a very creative outlet for our kids. But I also have run into some kids lately who enjoy sewing. So Donut Stuffies, you're actually going to sew a little donut. I don't want to call it a stuffed animal because it's not a stuffed animal, just a stuffy, right? But we're going to bring out, we have buttons and sequins and things that you can add on to decorate your donut. And I think it's going to be a super cute craft. So we are inviting anyone in grades 4th, 5th, or 6th grade to attend that. Again, that's Monday, November 13th, and you do need to register. Miss Megan is going to offer yoga for kids again on Wednesday, November 15th at 6:30 p.m. This is for grades 2 through 4. And in her yoga, she kind of just introduces them to the movement, into the breathing, and just the whole structure of yoga, which I think is such a beneficial thing for all ages. And our kids really seem to enjoy it. So hopefully we'll get a good turnout for that. Again, you can register, and registration for all these begins next week on November 1st. We also have a Scooby-Doo Where Are You family scavenger hunt. Now, Miss Nancy has put together some scavenger hunts before for our families, and they have been very popular. So I'm sure this one will be another great success. I was not a Scooby-Doo fan. My boys didn't watch Scooby-Doo, but I know it's so funny. It's like, it started when we were kids, and it's still going strong. So any Scooby-Doo lovers out there, this scavenger hunt is for you. You can drop by anytime Saturday, November 4th, between the hours of 1 and 4 p.m. And then we have our annual gingerbread workshop. I don't know how many years we've been doing this, but it's been a long, long time.
I would say 20, because it was already
At least 20, right? Yeah. because I've been here 20 years, which is so hard to
I
believe.
know.
So we've been doing it ever since then. We get the iced tea cartons from Schneider's Dairy. Is it Schneider's Dairy?
Yeah.
Over on by Baldwin Whitehall?
Yes.
Yes, Schneider. Okay, so from Schneider's Dairy, we provide the graham crackers, and then we ask you to bring a can of icing or a bag of candy to share. And so we kind of just put all those materials out, and this is just a fun, festive way to get ready for the holidays and to create your very own original gingerbread house. So for that one, we do ask you to register just so I know how many graham crackers to buy and how many cartons to set out. It is Saturday, November 25th. Again, another drop-by event. It'll be set up between the hours of 12 and 3 p.m. And then for our teens, we had a lot of fun last night. I didn't stay, but I was just talking to Megan upstairs, and she was saying how much fun it was at the Harry Potter cooking class. It was called Magic Treats for Muggles.
Ooh.
And they made butterbeer and I think chocolate-covered frogs and a few other things, and they had a lot of fun with that. The other thing that we have coming up for teens is a murder mystery.
Oh, they
So
love those.
I know, I love them, right? So again, talk about like role-playing games, right? This is
Yes.
like kind of like the same thing. So this is Saturday, November 18th at 1 p.m. Are you a fan of true crime? Think you've got what it takes to crack an unsolved cold case? A movie theater owner is dead. Work as a team to review the evidence, access the police database, solve the crime, and bring the criminal to justice. The program will last approximately 2 hours, so you do need to know that, and snacks will be provided.
Of course.
It is geared for grades 7 and up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that's all because November slows down a little bit for us. It will gear back up again in December. Our new flyers are due out any day. They are currently being proofread and edited. They will go to print next week. And then you can stop in the children's department to pick yours up or view it online.
What do you got over there?
Oh, so November, November, of course, is Thanksgiving and so much to celebrate in these next couple months. But I also like to look at that wacky holiday insight calendar, right, for like the obscure holidays that you might not know about. So did you know that November is National Tongue Twister Month?
I did not.
Yeah, so I thought it would be fun if I challenged you to a few tongue twisters.
Okay, I'm
How
up
well do
for
you
it.
think you could do?
Oh, well,
Because
we'll
I got
see.
a lot here.
Sometimes I can't even just speak
I'll-
regular. So.
I'll start with what I think is an easier one.
Okay.
Try that.
Oh, rolling.
3 times fast.
Three
Yeah.
times fast.
Yes, you can't just say it
rolling
once.
red wagons, rolling red wagons, rolling red wagons. That's as fast as I can
It
go.
wasn't fast, but you did it. So, okay, we'll count that.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be super fast,
Well,
I guess.
Elaine, you talk really fast.
I know. Can't help it.
Okay. Aw, man.
See if you can get 5 in a row.
I wish to wash my wristwatch. I can't do it fast. I wish to wash my wrist.
You can't even do
I
it
wish
slow.
to wash
That's
my
a hard one. I
That's
don't
a
know.
hard one.
I thought I had these in order of that is a hard one. Try this.
Fresh French fries, fresh French fries, fresh French fries. How I did it.
You did it. Okay, one more. Okay, because you're a cat lover, let's give you this
my
one.
kitty. Aw, there's a kitten in the kitchen. There's a kitten in the kitchen. There's a kitten in the kitchen.
Wow.
Apparently
impressive.
I can do F's and K's. I can't do W's.
Yeah. So hey kids, anytime this month you want to stop in and try out these tongue twisters, I will have these on hand. They'll be in my office or at the front desk. I just thought that was something fun.
That was fun.
We
I
probably even
enjoyed
have
that.
some books about tongue. Like I know we have joke books and riddle books.
I'm
I don't
sure
know if
we
have
have
tongue
something.
twisters. I'm sure we do. So
I'm sure we do.
Come check it out. That also reminds me, this is a huge TikTok challenge recently. Are you familiar with the Marshmallow Check It Out Woo game?
I am not. I'm not a TikToker.
Do you want to try it?
Um,
It has the title of our show in it. Check it out.
okay.
I just think
yes,
we should
I'll
do it.
try All right. I don't
Okay,
know what
so I
it
was
is,
doing
but-
this with my niece. We were trying to get to 10. The highest we made it was 5. So for my family talent show in November, I was telling my niece we have to like keep practicing and perfect it. Maybe that'll be our talent. But anyway, you're supposed to keep a beat, and we don't have to do that because it might interfere with our mics,
Okay.
right?
I'll do it on my
But
lap.
the sequence of the thing that you're saying is marshmallow,
Marshmallow.
check it out, woo.
Okay.
It's just those 3 words.
Okay. Marshmallow.
It's 1 marshmallow, so I'm sorry. Say 1 marshmallow,
One marshmallow.
check it out.
Woo.
Then I'll say, and we're going to increase it each time.
Okay.
So I'll say 1 marshmallow, 2 marshmallows.
2 marshmallows.
Check it out.
Woo.
No, you have to say check it out.
Oh,
So each
check it
thing,
out.
I'm not explaining this very well, but you're going to increase everything that we say. So
Okay.
it'll be 2 marshmallow, 2 check it out, 2 woos, 3 marshmallows, 3 check it outs, 3 woos.
Wait,
okay,
do I
let's
have to
try
say
it.
marshmallow, or is
You'll
it
say
two-
marshmallow, I say marshmallow, you'll say marshmallow. So we can go back and forth. And so we have
Oh,
to
this
keep
is
track.
confusing.
We can do it. Just keep track on your fingers.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I'll start. 1 marshmallow.
Check it out.
Woo!
Uh,
Marshmallow.
1 marshmallow.
2 marshmallow.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Woo.
Woo!
Okay, this is not working.
So much fun though, right? And,
Yeah.
you know, it always ends like in a laughing fit. Anyway, that just, I don't know. It's not really a tongue twister, but it's along those lines. And yeah, I've been
Well,
kind of obsessed. There's all these videos out there, you know, young kids trying it and
Well, that's what I'm watching my nieces this weekend, so
oh,
I'll
fun.
have to,
They
I will
might be
have to,
familiar with
yes.
marshmallow. Check it out. You should ask
Yeah.
them.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, just a reminder to everybody that the library will close at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, November 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving, and we will be closed on Thursday, November 23rd for Thanksgiving, but we'll see you Black Friday at 10 a.m., and you don't have to spend any money here. Everything here is free. And also, too, new to us, we will be closed on Saturday, November 11th in honor of Veterans Day.
Oh,
This is
correct.
the first year, I think, maybe last
That's
year.
right. No, I think this
I
is
think
the
this
first
is
year.
the first year that we will be closed for Veterans Day on Saturday, November 11th, but we'll see you Sunday, and remember our Sunday hours are now 12 to 4. So,
Correct. Still ran into a couple families who think it's still getting used to it, right? We used to be 1 to 5.
yeah.
And we are now
It's not the
12
opening
to 4.
so much. It's the, people are they come at like 3:30
Right.
thinking we're open until 5. So just know
Right.
the library closes at 4 on Sundays.
Yep.
Have you started Christmas shopping?
Not yet.
I'm almost finished.
Good for you.
I don't have
You're
many.
not always this early, or are
No,
you?
well, they had those nice Amazon Prime days, and
I know. I miss them. I'll probably do. I'm not a Black Friday
I
shopper,
am not a
but
Black
I
Friday
could maybe
shopper.
do some stuff online. I will take advantage of Cyber Monday deals,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe get some things that way. But yeah, no, I haven't even started.
I even got our gag grab bag gift for the staff Christmas party. So I'm waiting for it to
Fun.
arrive. We'll see.
Fun. What was I going to ask you? Oh, are you an early? So you get your shopping done early. Do you put your decorations up early?
No.
When do you start decorating for Christmas? Before Thanksgiving or after?
No, usually, like I know my brother and his family all do it like the day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'll do it like I'll wait as long as I can.
Really?
I
I'll do
don't-
it.
I
I don't
love
like doing
it.
it. I don't like doing it before Thanksgiving. I just had this debate with a friend. She's like, "Oh, but we want to enjoy it, right?" And it's still.
Oh,
I feel
no.
like Thanksgiving is still fall, so I leave up my
Yes.
fall decor,
Yeah.
and then the weekend after Thanksgiving, probably after Gingerbread Workshop, I'll go home and
Do you
start
get
putting
any
some stuff
help?
up.
See, I think that's my thing. Like Bill wants all the decorations, but he doesn't
Is not
help
willing to
me.
do the work. That's tough. Well, we don't put up any outdoor lights, so I don't have
Well,
a
we
whole
don't
lot
do
to
that
do outdoor.
either.
Inside, I don't have much help. No, but I just put on some music and I just
I always watch
get it done.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas
Oh, one of my favorites.
when I decorate the tree. That goes back from childhood. Yeah.
That's such
so,
a nice tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the holidays will be here before we know
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Anyway, I think that's all that
That's all we
I
have today.
All right, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy November. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, if you have any questions or comments on any of the things that we talked about on today's show, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call,
Visit our website.
or better yet, stop in and see us in person. See you next month, everyone.